the side. It's like some people do with their regular children.
Looks like our banner on the bottom is not updating.
Oh, I updated it and I did not click save.
All right, well, we have Nicholas Carpenter on Merfolk. I know we just saw Merfolk, but this is a bit of a different take.
We wanted to see Shawn's deck really badly.
Yeah, Shawn is running it's red-green Vengevine, but it's become, I think, more commonly known in the past week or so as Hallowvine.
Well, see, tonight was the first time I've heard it called that. I've been hearing it called red and green Vengevine. So we've got I've got them clipped. We have Nick on the right who's playing Merfolk. Shawn is playing Hallowvine on the left. So Nick went Curse Catcher, and Shawn said, "Well, I have a neonate." Isn't that neat?
Sure is, Ryan. Sure is.
All
right, yeah, so Hallowvine or red-green Vengevine or whatever you want to call it, for people who haven't seen, I think there was like an event recently, right, where a pretty
the
high
most recent
level
Star
event
City
that
Open.
like,
I think
really well.
The person playing it just missed out on top 8.
Yeah, so they it's red green, and it's really interesting what it's trying to do. The two key cards that it gets its name from are Hallow one and Vengevine. So Vengevine is a 4/3 for 2 green and 2 colorless. And it's got haste. If it's in your graveyard, if you cast when you cast your second creature spell in one turn, you get to basically reanimate the Vengevine from the graveyard. It goes onto the battlefield, and it gets to stay there. Yeah, and it gets to stay there. It's not like a temporary thing. And then Hallow one is a 4/4. Oh, you're just going to bring it up?
I'm just showing you.
Oh, you're showing me? Okay. So, yeah, I know what it does, man.
Okay.
You gotta show me. So, it's a 4/4 for 5. It's an artifact creature. It has cycling for 2. And also, whenever when you cast it, you can cast it for 2 less mana for every card that you've cycled or discarded that turn. So basically it's playing Faithless Lootings and Cathartic Reunions and Neonates and Street Wraiths. I was like, why am I blanking on Street Wraith? Yeah, plays a whole bunch of discard effects like that, so that you can basically cheat a Hallow one in for free a lot of the time, or only for 1 mana. Yep, there you go. So, yep, one good Faithless Looting lets you cast Hallow one for 1 mana.
Yeah, he sacked a neonate.
Yeah.
So
he also sacked a neonate. Yeah. So basically, the goal is to do Faithless Looting or Cathartic Reunion and pitch your Vengevines into the graveyard that way, and then use that discard also to cheat your Hallow one into play. And then there's a whole bunch of cheap 1 mana creatures that also let you get your Vengevine back. You can cast them pretty easily, 2 of them in a turn pretty easily. So the Neonates only cost 1. They run Monastery Swiftspear, which only costs 1.
Goblin Guide.
They run Goblin Guides, which only cost 1. Mm-hmm. So the deck can play out sometimes like a burn list or like a weird zoo list.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you just drop a fat 4/4 Hallow one. You get back a Vengevine. I've seen some people on YouTube run the deck, and it did okay, pretty well. It's a little bit like it's similar to Death Shadow in the way that it wants to play.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to preserve your life total a little more, and it's a little bit slower, and the creatures are not quite as big. Yeah, but you can do some really janky things if you're at 3 or 4 mana, where you play a Faithless Looting, discard 2 Vengevines, and then cast 2 Goblin Guides, get back your Vengevines, and you're attacking them for 12 mana on turn, or 12 life.
Yeah.
On turn 3. I have seen plays like that, and that is pretty sweet.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Stuff like that.
All right. So Nick is going to take the full 5 and go down to 15 here. I think what Nick is looking for is a Spreading Seas.
Mm-hmm.
And a Lord.
Hallow one is nice too because he dodges Fatal Push, which helps a lot. And he's a pretty big body, so he dodges bolts
Yeah.
things like that.
Abrupt Decay you don't see Abrupt Decay as much anymore, but it dodges that as well.
Oh yeah, Hooting Mandrills.
Oh yeah,
I almost forgot about Hooting Mandrills. Yeah,
Hooting Mandrills. Yeah,
sweet card.
It's this deck has a lot of high toughness level creatures. Like four is a really relevant toughness number.
Yeah,
pretty not only just for Lightning Bolt, for Anger of the Gods, Pyroclasm, lots of things.
Yeah, and then another big thing you can do is that they run Teamer Battle Rages.
Oh yeah.
So, and there's plenty of targets for those when you get them. So you're almost always going to get the Ferocity trigger. Or you can just cast it on a Hooting Mandrills, which already has Trample.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Hooting Mandrills, what a sweet card.
It is.
Also,
I've seen it pop up in Rug Delver lists
a
little bit.
I am liking that cards like Gurmag Angler and like Hooting Mandrills, which are were kind of like these not great common and uncommon delve creatures when they were in standard, nobody really used them.
No,
and then
Tasker was the only one that I saw play.
Right, and now in a format like Modern where you can just fill up your graveyard.
Yeah, you have fetch
really
lands
quickly
and 1-2 mana spells.
Fetch lands. Yeah, Faithless Looting, the Neonates,
Serum Visions.
Well, not in this deck, but
in the Grixis.
Yeah, Street Wraith. There's a lot of ways to get your graveyard filled up really fast, and then these things. I mean, the appeal is that they're huge. Mm-hmm. They're a lot bigger than the other delve creatures. So,
and the trample is particularly relevant on Hooting Mandrills.
Yeah.
Maraudry is not actually a bad play here for Nicholas, because if Shawn leaves any of these guys up to block any other Merfolk spells that Nick casts, means that he can tap those guys down.
Mm-hmm. And one downside to the delve creatures, though, you can cheat them into play cheap, but when you've already delved a lot of your graveyard away, bouncing them to your hand is a pretty good way to get rid of them for a little while.
Harbinger of the Tides is good against the delve creatures.
Yeah.
Although Nick doesn't have an Aether Vial in play, so that's going to make any of those combat tricks a lot worse. You're going to have to play the full 4 for the old Harbinger. Alright, but here's Silvergrill Adept, which will trigger...
More Silver Gills, man.
Oh, no, he's going to untap his own island, but now he can cast that Curse Catcher, trigger Maraudry again if he wants, and tap down one of those 4/4s. What he'd love here is another island to cast that Lord of Atlantis in his hand.
Oh yeah.
And then we got a game for sure. Alright, so here's Curse Catcher, which will trigger the island. Oh man, if Nick has another island here, it looks like he doesn't. So he has a big board state, and he has the Lord of Atlantis in his hand.
Yep. He could be sitting on a Void Snag too.
Void Snare.
Yeah.
Spell Snare?
No. The
Vapor Snag.
Vapor Snag, yeah.
Vapor Snag is also good against Hollow One.
Yeah. Or Hooting Mandrill.
I had the option to bounce a Hollow One with Jason the Mind Sculptor the other night at Legacy when my opponent was empty-handed. Ended up going for the Brainstorm option, but it would have been a respectable play, I believe. Empty-handed and less than 5 lines in play.
Yeah. You said good luck casting that in.
Yeah.
Alright, so Shawn trying to decide what he wants to do. Yeah, I think one of the interesting things about the Hollowvine deck, it plays very similarly to Death Shadow. You can do pretty okay against Death Shadows. I think it's a little slow in that matchup. But I think one of the fun things about the deck is there's a ton of things you can do.
Right.
There's a ton of choices you have to make. There's a lot of different little combo pieces you can do. It's not like Death Shadow where Death Shadow, I mean, what makes Death Shadow the best deck, arguably, is just how ridiculously consistent it is, and you're going to be doing pretty much the same thing all the time in all your games, and still winning because what you're doing is good and impactful. But it can get a little stale, I think, sometimes, playing Death Shadow. Whereas in this Hollowvine deck, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. You got a bunch of choices.
Now, see, I haven't played either deck, but I think I'd be happier playing the Death Shadow deck. Although I would definitely want to give this deck a shot because I love Vengevine.
Yeah.
Which we've yet to see.
I have piloted Death Shadow a couple of times, casually, and yeah, I mean, it's fun because it's so good. And, like, to play the best deck in, like, the format right now, arguably the best deck, it's fun to do it first, you know, you're like, I'm overpowered, like, I've got the best deck.
Yay.
But it seems like the more you play it, I mean, and this is just my opinion, don't take this as fact, because I'm sure there's some Death Shadows players out there right now, who are probably gnashing their teeth at me, being like, "You don't know what you're talking about, Kurt." Like,
I think it's just a matter of preference.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have two distinct deck archetypes that I like to play. One is creature toolbox-ish decks, like the pod and cord type decks. And the other one is these grindy mid-range control decks with good creatures and good spells. And
yeah. Neither of which are in great places in the modern meta right now.
I would say Death Shadow falls into that latter category.
Into the grindy category? I guess, yeah.
Alright, Lightning Bolt on Marrow Ragery. Definitely want to get that off the table before Nick gets to drop a Lord or two. And of course here's that second island.
There's a Lord of Atlantis.
Yeah. Alright, so here's a relatively big board. This is a pretty big swing here.
Island Walk not turned on, though.
No, but Shawn only has the Neonate to block with.
9, 11... Oh. Is that lethal?
Those Silver God.
Oh, he's going to have to block. He's got to block with the Neonate.
He has to block, yeah. But then isn't Nick just dead on the swing back? Well, I guess he gets to block with the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he blocks the Mutavault, and then he takes 11.
Oh, and it looks like he's going to activate the Neonate.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Goes to 2.
Okay, so
he needs, like a Teamer Battle Rage gets him out of this right now.
Alright, so Nick could block and then kill on the swing back for sure.
Yeah.
So, it looked like Shawn was... that was... It looked like Shawn was in control of that game, and Nick's just like, creature, wait for my Alpha Strike.
I mean, he couldn't... Shawn couldn't find any Vengevines.
That's true. He also just needed a removal or a way to push over the top.
Yeah.
And I guess
he pitched a Battle Rage earlier to a Faithless loading.
I mean, maybe it didn't even look like Shawn was in control of that game. It's just I guess as we were...
I mean, he was definitely more aggro.
Yeah.
For the game, which can give the appearance of being in control.
Right.
I suppose. No, but I mean, there were any number of things. Goblin Guide would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I guess it wouldn't have because he was at 7. A Lightning Bolt would have done it. Getting a Vengevine into play would have done it. Teamer Battle Rage would have done it. He had a lot of outs. he drew. It looked like a Scalding Tarn. So, and that, that's you're the one who always says this to me when I complain about stuff like that. Your variance is part of the game.
It is. Yeah. It is. I mean,
it is.
If you don't want variance as part of your game, play chess.
It's true. Well, there's some variance if you play chess with certain people who might
cheat,
flip the board on you or something.
Well, I don't think that counts as in-game variance.
No, I suppose not.
All right,
chess with dice involved would be neat.
How would you play dice? How would you involve dice?
I don't know. Maybe you got to roll to see where you can move. I'm just trying to come up.
Maybe you assign each piece a number value to and then you roll and okay, I can only move this piece this turn. That sounds awful. I mean, I'm not a chess player, but
I think could be an interesting
variant,
gimmicky challenge that people who were chess grandmasters could toy around with just to just to make the game more challenging for themselves. Yeah. Two chess grandmasters, they're
they probably play
evenly matched. Who knows who's gonna win? So we'll add a little variance. Don't die, Ryan, please.
I don't plan on it.
So they add a little variance to the game to mix things up.
To do that, they probably play 3D chess, like on Star Trek.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not even sure how we got on that topic, but it looks like
We were talking about variants.
Yeah.
Then you talked about chess. Then you almost fell out of your chair.
Yeah, I did. I do that a lot up here. So I know you guys can't see the booth, but if you ever watch This Week of Four Horsemen, we have a cardboard cutout of Maggie from The Walking Dead behind us, and she has fallen on me at least twice, and I have screamed all of those times because I like to tip my chair back, and sometimes I bump her and she falls on me, and I swear once she yelled Glenn when she did it, but.
Well, I can tell you she's not yelling that anymore.
Or she's yelling it much more in her sleep, waking up. That's terrible. All right. All right, looks like Shawn is ready. Yep, they have both presented, and they are cutting. Let's hope both players keep a nice 7 here. I'd like to see 3 games. I kind of want to see Shawn go all out, like the full, like, turn 3 kill. Like, let's see this. And then let's have a good game 3.
I love the decks in Magic that shake the meta up.
Yeah.
And try to you never know when the next big deck is gonna come along.
You're right. It's exciting.
Look at like Death Shadow before the Gitaxian Pro ban was like a deck that people had always toyed around with and tried to make good.
They played it with
quite got there.
Like the creature complement was like Monastery Swiftspear, Death Shadow, Kiln Fiend, Wild Nicodle.
Yeah, and it like never quite got there, and then like they banned Gitaxian Probe, and somebody all of a sudden was inspired to like make Death Shadow the most broken card in the format.
Yes,
and they succeeded.
Fatal Push was a big boon for it too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
All right, Shawn's fetching.
But I love seeing people try to utilize new cards from new sets in decks to shake up the format a little bit. I've seen some people running a modern version of Blue-White Monument that's big in standard right now. But
I love it when people port from one format to like at a recent Legacy Classic, somebody got second with Bug Death Shadow.
Nice. Yeah.
And it was aside from like Dazes and Force of Wills and a couple other things, it was like almost a straight port.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. If the strategy is good, you can port it to another format and just substitute in like more powerful versions of the cards you were using.
Right.
And theoretically, there's a chance that it will still be good.
Yeah.
I mean, the meta is going to be different. But
they just cut like, all right, we don't need Stubborn Denials. Let's play Force of Wills. We don't need Serum Visions. Let's play Brainstorm.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Pitches 2 Become Immenses. Oh yeah, Become Immense. That's another thing.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I remember when Merfolk won the Vintage World Championship, and it was basically like, you know, your typical modern Legacy Merfolk list with like 1 Mock Sapphire, a Time Walk, and a Black Lotus. It's just Yep. It's like turn 1, Lotus, Sapphire, Lord, Island, Curse Catcher.
Yeah.
Force whatever you play.
If the Ixalan spoiler sheet is to be believed, we'll be seeing a new Merfolk Lord.
Really?
Too, yeah.
Like a 2-mana one?
I don't remember if it's a 2-mana one or not. But
can you imagine if they could play 12 with the same card?
They would.
Yeah.
What do you think? Sure. What do you think gets cut first?
They probably cut the Marrow Regeries.
Yeah.
And I'd probably cut like whatever Marrow Regeries I'm playing, and if it's like 2 Marrow Regeries and 4 Master Waves, I'd probably go down to 0 Marrow Regeries, 2 Master Waves, maybe.
Yeah. Cut the more expensive cards.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Blue-White Monument in Modern?
But I've heard about the Standard deck.
Yeah. So it's big in Standard. Somebody made a list for it for Modern, 5-0 to Competitive League online, I think, and then a few big YouTubers picked it up and toyed around with it, and it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
They it uses White Mane Lion.
I love White Mane Lion.
And you basically have like unlimited why can't I think of the card? Secure the Waste. It's like having unlimited Secure the Waste like at your beck and call whenever you
So
want.
we got to see somebody lose to a blood moon. It appears we may see somebody lose to a spreading seas now.
Yep.
Shawn has only kept a 1 lander and has missed on 3 or 4 draw steps and just had a spreading seas.
Yeah, and some faithless lootings.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's missed on a lot.
Cracking
of
the relic there.
Do you any idea off the top of your head how many lands this suck plays?
It's pretty light. I think it only plays like 18.
Yeah, that's pretty low for a modern deck.
Well, yeah, but they've got all the filtering with,
plus
with the
it's a lot of 1 mana spells and.
Well, I mean, 4 faithless looting, 4 street wraiths. Like, there's a lot of ways to cycle through your deck.
Yeah.
And find what you need, but sometimes you just don't. For 2 here.
I find it so. I've seen the Squirtle tokens for so long.
It's
really,
weird to see the actual tokens.
Yeah. I mean, like, ever since Arcade Post started doing those, you don't see real Magic tokens that often anymore.
Yeah, the Arcade Post tokens are pretty sweet.
Here's land.
Yeah, found the land. Might not be too late to get back into it.
I don't know.
Land.
Nick has that pro red blocker.
Doesn't block Vengevines or Hallow ones though.
You right.
Or Hooting Mandrills.
That would, yeah.
So,
and also what's the Tamir Battle Rage wouldn't matter either.
Nope. Yeah, it's not too bad. And there's only 2 elementals now. If Nick untaps and casts like another Master Waves, that pretty bad.
Oh my. Alright, so Shawn's just going to get a basic mountain, beautiful unhinged mountain by Mr. John Avon. And he's going to use this red and generic mana.
Some Cathartic Reunion.
Chandra's like, Mom!
Let's see some Vengevines.
Let's do it!
Come on.
Discard 2 Vengevines. 1.
Yep, there's 1.
Give us another one. Please, Shawn. We want it. Please, Shawn.
I don't think he's got it.
Well, something then, you know. It's a Tamir Battle Rage.
Oh. Okay. Well, Battle Rage not gonna be super relevant. Looks like he gets another Cathartic Reunion. Didn't quite catch.
Oh, he got a Stomping Ground. He got a Stomping Ground, which means next turn he'll have 2 red mana, so maybe he can go like Swift Spear, Goblin Guide, make a Vengevine, attack for a whole bunch.
Yeah. Didn't suit the last one.
So, if you're Nick, are you worried about leaving up creatures to block in case that Vengevine comes back, or are you just attacking?
It depends on how familiar Nick is with the deck and what it's capable of doing. It depends. If he slams another Master Waves here, he's not gonna have to worry about it because he'll have more tokens lead back.
I think he has a spreading. Yep.
Yeah, there's a Spreading Seas.
Oh, that's a good play.
Do love me some Spreading Seas.
Yeah, I might have been tempted to tap 2 blue so I could get in with a Mute Ball, but maybe he has another. Yeah, here's a relic.
Another relic.
Ooh, I'd crack that right now probably. Here's a Lord. I'd be really tempted to just crack that and get that Vengevine out of there, but I doubt Shawn will be able to reanimate the Vengevine on his turn.
Well, he can't crack it now either, so.
Yeah, I mean, instead of casting the Lord, but actually, casting the Lord's almost definitely better.
Yeah. Next turn, he'll be able to attack for 6? No.
9. The tokens are both 2 power. The Lord is 2 power, and then the Master will be 3 power.
Okay. But he could block the Lord of Atlantis.
Yes.
Or one of the elementals.
Yes. Oh, he'll also have the Mutable available to him too, which will be 3, which will be.
Well, that'll bring it back.
That'll be 12. That'll be 12.
Oh, then. Well, so that'll be 10 basically if he blocks.
If he blocks, yes.
All right. Ooh, roast.
And don't see roast too often. That's 4 damage to that Lord. Although that's Shawn's only spell for the turn.
5 damage.
5 damage, my bad. Yeah, because it kills Siege Rhino. That's right.
Yep.
Still,
doing a little roasting.
Shawn wasn't able to do anything aside from that, thanks to the Spreading Seas.
Yeah, he's
Oh, and a second Mutavault. That's good.
He's just kind of like. It's like trying to empty out your like sinking boat with like a little cup.
Yeah.
He's having a hard time. Getting dragged under by the Merfolk.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Dragging Shawn Carroll under the sun.
Well, so we saw one Merfolk deck lose. We may see one win here.
We'll see.
There's another Master Waves. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to have 6 elementals. And
That's a whole
gonna
bunch.
be 3 2s.
That's a whole bunch.
That's a lot.
Alright, down to 12.
You know it's an awesome card right now that he could draw? Like a Pyroclasm.
Pyroclasm, yeah. Or Lord of Atlantis would be great.
Well, not for
Well,
Shawn.
actually, yeah. No, not for Shawn.
I'm thinking of Shawn's outs here.
Well, the Pyroclasm doesn't kill the Masters.
Are they 2/3s?
No, they're pro-red.
Oh, that's true. The perfect. Yeah, well, gets rid of all the elementals at least.
That's true.
Kozilek's return.
Yes. Kozilek's turn would even give him a use for that blue mana.
Yeah.
That would be ideal.
Yeah, I love Kozilek's return.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had it in the sideboard either.
We'll have to ask him after this.
I don't think it moved. We're good. We're good.
It's me knocking our camera around down there.
We do need to adjust that playmat, though.
Yeah.
It's making my OCD go up the wall.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Now I'm chewing on my fingernails as we speak. Alright, so Shawn is digging deep on this Faithless Looting. It's looking real grim. Not only is there a million tokens and 2 Master of Waves, Nick also has those 2 Mutavaults to attack with next turn. And the best Shawn can do is either kill something with a Lightning Bolt or produce 1 more blocker here. And he has to lower his life total to do it. So yeah, he's just... I'm wondering if he has something in hand to kill those Spreading Seas since he's taking a look at what's underneath. Yeah, he's in a tight spot.
Yeah. Just trying to decide if he doesn't want the mountain, I guess. Forest?
He's going to stop it. You're going to go down to 9.
I mean, when you're going to die anyways, if you can't do something, well, you might as well, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's in his hand.
Right, I don't know either, so... Look, there's a Mandrills.
I think he... Okay, yeah, so he needed that green.
Yeah.
So Mandrills will block and kill a Master of Waves.
Right. I don't think he can get a Vengevine out.
Yeah.
Oh!
Hollow one. That
gets the Vengevine back. Gonna crack the Relic.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so... So Nick was just waiting on that Relic.
He doesn't have enough blockers, though, unless he can get rid of one of those Master Waves, because he only needs to get through now with 3 elementals.
Unless he has a Dismember in hand, which isn't a great card to cast right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that would do it.
No.
I mean, he might just be trying to bluff or telling him he's got to have it, but he's got a lot of attackers.
Yeah, and unfortunately, killing a Master of Waves doesn't kill the tokens in this instance, since there are 2.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Nick is lining up for a big attack here.
Yep.
All right, so here goes Mirror Reader. Yeah, which is gonna make the Masters and the Mutavaults all 3s. Yep, and that's it. All right, Nick Carpenter is gonna take this match 2-0 with Merfolk over the Hollow Vine.
Spreading Seas is such a good card.
Spreading Seas is a heck of a magic card.
Mana Denial in this in Modern right now is huge.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more feature match coming up soon. It will be round number 4. One more time, I am Ryan.
And I am Kurt. I wasn't sure what we were doing there.
Yeah, I know. We need to pick like one thing and stick to it. But either way, we will be right back. Thanks for tuning in.